We also need to think about what kind of water are we drinking and what are we drinking out of. So if we can, we're going to try and drink filtered water or bottled water, or maybe water with a high level of mineral content. If that's not available, then you can drink tap water. And if that's not available, just get hold of some fluid. It's far better to drink fluid, even if it is a soda, than not drinking at all and getting really dehydrated. When we're looking at what container to drink out of, we want to be thinking of having a water bottle that's made of glass or metal or even plastic. If you're looking at a plastic container, try and look for one without a recycle number of 3 or 7 on the bottom, and it ideally needs to be pt2. So if the sun or heat is leaching on your bottle and a plastic bottle, potentially it can leach toxins into your water, especially if you're leaving it in the car or by a window in the studio. This water bottle that I have has a ready-made filter in it that lasts for up to 3 months. So I know that I'm starting to filter out some of the heavy metals or chlorine within the tap water that I'm using here in Sydney. The other nice thing about having these drinks bottles with large openings in them is that you can wash them well. Sometimes if you reuse these bottles again and again, you can get mold growth within it. So you really need to make sure that your water is clean, that you are drinking, you're not using the same container over and over again that's been sitting out in the sun. So remember, you're looking for a PBA-free plastic bottle, a glass bottle, or one which is metal and far less likely to be growing bacteria inside your water that you're drinking. So, should we be using sports drinks or not? For the majority of the time, there's actually no need to be using these sports drinks that are out on the market. They really are designed to replenish glucose and minerals after 90 minutes of continuous exercise. Now, although you might be doing a class and sweating a lot, generally as a dancer, we are not working continuously for 90 minutes. That's more in line with a runner or those kind of sports events. Most of the time when we're dancing, it is quite stop and start, and you might do a quick burst of exercise for 3 to 4 minutes, but then you're stopping again, regaining yourself. If you want to add a little bit of glucose or into your drink, then maybe just have a tiny bit of fruit juice. That will give you glucose into your system quite quickly and replenish your stores. Drinks containing caffeine generally have a diuretic effect, which means they encourage you to go to the toilet more often and relieve yourself of fluid. So if your day consists of caffeinated drinks, you're going to need to double up with more fluid to equal out the balance again. Drinking water all the time can sometimes be a little bit dull. So maybe you can spice up your water by putting in some cucumber, mint leaves, even basil leaves, flavoring it with fresh products. Try and leave off all the pre-bottled cordials and juices that generally seem to be quite high in sugar. Just add some flavor with natural products. If you feel you want to increase your mineral content a little bit, you might want to add a tiny sprinkle of Himalayan rock salt or rock salt. So this salt is generally pink in color, which means it's a little higher in iodine, or it's a bit mucky looking, which means it has a higher mineral content. And this should do you quite nicely and help with absorption of water within your system. When we're drinking our water, we want to think about sipping it and not guzzling it down fast. You need your body to have time to absorb the fluid that you're putting in. Also, drinking water that is room temperature is also going to be absorbed a little bit quicker than if the water is cold and the body then needs to warm it up to the same temperature as the body before it gets absorbed and used.